Hi, my name is Sykes. I'm the director of Yoga School Leeds. I'm a senior yoga teacher, and today I'm going to be talking you through a sequence called Trust the Process, which was featured in this month's yoga magazine. I was also on the cover, which was really exciting. So Trust the Process is all about really understanding that something bigger than us is around us and has kind of a role to play in the unfolding of our yoga practice, but also of our life. So we should set an intention to trust the process with effort as well, but not too much of the striving. So we almost want to relax back into that back body, and from there we can kind of be propelled forward in a more natural way. So this sequence helps to build strength, flexibility, inner confidence, and a sense of stability. So even if our world is turned upside down, we can hold steady and trust the process. So the sequence begins with a mudra, or yoga of the hands. It's called Vajra Mudra. So we want to spread the fingers and interlace the fingers, not all the way to the root, but maybe just above that second knuckle. And then we want to have our thumbs, which represent the fire element, pointing up, almost like a flame licking up to the sky. Then we bring the hands to the heart, a light pressure down, but also a lifting up, and let the elbows release down. Softly closing our eyes and breathing here for a few minutes. Observe the breath. And if the mind wanders, as it often does, then just gently bring the mind back to the breath once again. And if you want to bring mudra into your regular routine, once a day for 20 minutes for 3 weeks, to begin to understand the power and the deeper meaning and understanding of the mudra. And then from here, so this is just an introduction, softly opening our eyes and releasing Vajra Mudra. So we're going to come now onto our hands and knees for a forearm cat-cow. So we work a little bit more deeply into the shoulders in the forearm cat-cow. If it's not for you, feel free to work with a regular cat-cow. That will work just as well for us today. So I'm going to first of all come to this regular cat-cow position and then drop down onto the forearm. So the fingers are spreading, middle finger is facing forward. Shoulders are stacking on elbows and hips are stacking on top of the knees. We'll then inhale, opening the heart. Try not to crick the neck back, so make sure that it feels open in the back of the neck also. And then as we exhale, we're rounding and lift up between the shoulder blades. Inhale, as we open up the front of the body, feel the tailbone lift, the collarbones expand. And then as we exhale, rounding. Repeat this for a few rounds, breathing in and breathing out. And then come to a neutral position with the spine. Walk the knees in. And we're going to now interlace the fingers and cross the thumbs. So a point just to remember when we're finding this interlace, we want to bring the little finger to the inside of the hand. So we're not going to squash it. And we want to keep our elbows in the same position. So we hold just above the elbows if we want to find that exact measurement there. Interlace the fingers and cross the thumbs. Walk the knees back, tuck the toes, let the head release so the neck is relaxed, but lift up between the shoulder blades. Then from here, keep the neck relaxed as we lift the hips up. And settle the heels down to the mat and send the armpits back so we feel a stretch in the upper arms and the armpit area. Keep breathing in and out, keeping the neck relaxed. If we want to up level, we can inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, release. We might repeat that a few times depending on our level and on our strength. And then when we're ready, release down. And just briefly resting in child's pose. We can bring the hairline to the mat. Taking a few breaths of it. And from here, coming all the way up. And we'll make our way to a standing position. So we're going to work with Garandasana, so eagle wrap, arms and legs. So bringing our feet together, maybe a little opening in our heels, bring the tailbone into the body so the groins can open up. Soften the knees, and we're going to bring the right leg to wrap around the left. Now if we can get the toes, so if we can see the toes on the outside edge of this left leg, then that's great. But otherwise, just pop the foot down to the outside edge of the foot. Keep the tailbone in. Extend the arms out. And then from here, we're going to extend up the right fingertips and take the right hand lower as we wrap our hands. If we can't make this, then just give ourselves a hug. Take a breath in and out, holding for a few breaths. And then gently releasing the arms, soften the knees, and release the legs. If the legs are tired, give them a little shake out. And then we'll work on the other side. Tailbone in the body, soften the knees, lift up the left leg, wrap all the way around the back. Keep that tailbone in, it won't want to pop out. We want to lengthen it so we can get some space in the groins. Extend the arms out. Then as we inhale, this time take the right hand high, the left hand low, as we find our eagle wrap arms. Feel free, if we need to, just to give ourselves a hug, or we might just have the backs of the hands together as another option. Breathing in and out. And then after a few breaths, maybe between 5 and 12, or less if we're newer to the practice, we can undo the arms, soften the knees, and undo the legs. Give the legs a quick shake out. Nice. So we're going to come down to the mat now. So all of our movements should be quite considered and not kind of too quick or jerky. So we'll gently come down to the mat. And then from here we're going to come onto our mid sit bones. So we want to check that we're not too far on the back of the sit bones. If we are, we'll feel that we kind of collapse a little bit in the back rounds. And if we're too far to the front, then our feet will come down to the mat. So we want to be kind of somewhere in the middle. Keep the chest lifting in the lower back. Lift the legs to halfway. If we feel okay here, we might extend the arms. If we feel okay here, we might extend the legs. But this is going to depend a little bit on our hamstrings as well. Taking a few breaths. And then softly releasing. So we'll come back just to prepare for a headstand or a half headstand. So there are different variations. So we'll work with the option to stop off at half headstand, a full headstand, and then the final option, which is the more advanced version, would be the Twisted Root Headstand, where we work to twist the legs like we did in Garandasana when we were standing on our feet. So once again, we're going to hold just above the elbows, bring the forearms to the mat, and then interlace our fingers. So like before, check that little finger comes to the inside edge of the hands. Got a couple of choices with the thumbs, so we can again have the thumbs kind of radiating up like flames. Or we might want to bring the thumbs to touch one another. Don't let the elbows swing out, and then bring the top of the head down to the mat. From here, lift the seat up and begin to walk in, and we'll feel the legs become a little bit lighter. So sorry, we might want to stay here. Or we might feel the legs get a little bit lighter as we walk in and extend the legs up. If we want to take the final layer, a little bend of the knees, and see if we can find Twisted Root. Staying for a few breaths. And then Twisted Root on the other side. And as we find Twisted Root, squeeze and lift the legs. And then come all the way back. And gently release all the way down. Taking a rest here in child's pose, so bring the hairline to the mat. And take as long as we need just to recover the breath. So coming back to a steady breath in and a steady breath out. And then coming all the way upright, and we'll prepare for Supta, which means reclined, Ardha Pincha, which means cobbler's pose. And this is a hip opening resting pose. So we want to bring our props, so our blocks, one stacking on top of the other, and then our bolster is laying just so that there's a little bit of a incline there. And then we'll bring a blanket just for behind the head. We'll bring the seat so that it touches in toward the bolster. So we don't want to be sitting on the bolster, but we want to be really close. And then we'll just print our spine down onto the bolster and just check that the blanket's nice and supportive behind the head. We'll bring our feet together and bring the heels as close in as feels comfortable for us, and then we'll let the knees softly open up. Palms face up. Close our eyes. Rest in peace. Let go and trust the process. So staying in this position for as long as you want to, maybe 5 minutes, 10 or 15. And when we're ready to release, draw the knees together. Roll our way off. So remember, we need to support ourselves as we release off the side of the bolster. Push into the hands, let the head stay soft as we come all the way up. And then we can come into a pose of meditation. So this is Vajrasana, but if we want to sit with our legs clasped, that's also another option. Bring the hands into Namaskar Mudra, softly closing our eyes, taking a deep breath in and a full breath out. Coming back to this idea or intention of trusting the process. And then softly opening our eyes. And if we wish to, bowing forward.